Public sector unions have rejected government's latest wage offer of 2%. The unions' demands currently range between 4 and 6.5%. Government has until Friday to formulate a response to the demands. For an update on the talks, I'm joined now by Public Servants Association spokesperson Claude Naicker. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. You've given government a deadline to respond to your demands after they rejected, your members rejected the 2% offer. Talk to us about some of the expectations.
Hi, very good afternoon to you, Kathy. Yes, wage negotiations has resumed on Friday, where the offer on the table is currently 2%, and the unions in total have rejected the 2%. You will recall recently the President announced a 3% general salary increase for all politicians, and to offer a 2% salary increase for all public servants, we felt that this was an insult itself. The Public Servants Association has declared a dispute on the 7th of July. Conciliation was on the 3rd of August. The employer and the union, that is the PSA, sat and could not resolve the issue itself. The employers raised a point in limine indicating that the dispute is a bit premature, whilst other parties are still negotiating and the PSA has declared a dispute. The Commissioner has indicated that both parties should submit arguments by the 12th of August, and then a ruling will be made before the 19th of August itself. At the same time, whilst negotiations resumed on Friday, the employer was given until the 19th of August to come up with a better offer of the 2% that is currently on the table. You must recall that the unions have lowered the demands from 10% to 6.5%. As I said, all the unions have rejected the offer. Most of the unions have declared the support for the Public Servants Association, that they will join the PSA in the dispute. If there is no resolution by the 19th of August, we will issue a notice to the government that we intend going on strike action. That is where we are at this stage. We are anticipating that the employer will come back with a better offer so that we can obviously avoid any sort of industrial action at this moment.
Besides lowering your demand in terms of percentages, what would a better offer look like?
Well, look, as I said, the President announced a 3% salary increase for all political office bearers. We would anticipate that the employer would at least come with a minimum of 3% on the baseline, meaning a 3% pensionable salary increase. You will recall that last year we did not get any increase. What the government offered was a cash gratuity ranging from 1,600 to 1,200. So I think coupled with that cash gratuity, which is still in place, and a minimum of 3% salary increase, pensionable salary increase, I think we can take this back to our members, members will decide whether it's a decent enough offer at this stage. But currently we're sitting at 6.5% salary increase, plus the cash gratuity, which is what we are demanding at this stage.
Perhaps let's talk a little bit more about, the reasons that have prompted you to this point. Speaking about how lives have changed, the state of the economy, the country, and how members are being directly impacted. Give us perhaps some idea of that.
I think a lot has been said about this and it seems like a cliched statement, but it's not. If you look at the food prices, the cost of basic food prices, transport on its own, and coupled with the latest announcement that the inflation has increased to around 7.4%, we definitely, public servants are also feeling the pinch. A lot of these public servants utilize public transport to actually go to work. Transport costs has risen quite dramatically, and they're finding it very, very difficult to actually make ends meet. A lot of them are resorting to microloans, to borrowing money at very high interest rate, putting them in further debt. We just managed to also see that a lot of the public servants are now under debt management and debt review. So this is causing a major crisis among not only the ordinary citizens and workers of this country, but to a large extent the public servants as well. The longer we delay with the increase itself or finalizing the salary increase, the more we see our members are getting into debt. Come a month or two later down the line, they're in such a crisis that whatever increases that are afforded to them is just going to try and not only alleviate the problem that they have itself, probably put them in bigger crisis itself. And by the time they get out of this, they might not even see whatever increase that is going to be offered or if we sign on any agreement as such.
And very lastly, before we let you go, perhaps give us a sense of the kind of tone when it comes to your negotiations and interactions with government. What are you getting in terms of feedback on the attitude and willingness by government?
Well, you look at currently we engaged in wage negotiation at SARS, and there's an arrogant stance by the commissioner to say, listen, you can strike as long as you want to. Fortunately, that tone has not been set in the general public service wage negotiation. Not that they are accommodating on the other hand. They stuck to the guns with the 2%. Initially, it was in the region of 1.5%. Now it's gone to 2% across the board itself. We're hoping that the tone would change from what the SARS negotiation is, and that they would come to the party and realize, listen, it's in the best interest that we offer public servants a decent salary increase, that they can make ends meet and live, and obviously able to go to work on a daily basis. And we want these negotiations. We're pleading with the minister as well of DPSA and the Minister of Finance that we should try and finalize these negotiations. We're already into August at this stage itself. And one of the clauses, or one of the proposals that the Minister of Finance has indicated is that if we do reach an agreement, it will be at the date of signing the agreement and not effective with effect from 1st of April. You must realize that public sector salary increases are normally paid with effect from 1st of April this year. So that has set us back, and we're not planning to accept that. Public servants' salary increase must be paid with effect from 1st of April. All public servants, if an agreement is signed, is anticipating that an agreement or they be paid or backdated to 1st of April itself.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time. Let's leave it there for now. Public Servants Association spokesperson Claude Naicker saying that government has been given some time, deadline of August the 19th, to respond to their demands, or else they are threatening a possible strike.